close the door with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three.
Line into left field for a base hit. Hit in the air. That's going to be the second baseman. They have a chance for two, and they got him.
Run, the throw is in time for the out.
Lifted high into left field. Ball is way back, and that ball is way gone.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Friday afternoon from Castleton. This is game number 2 of the 2024 Region 1 Baseball Tournament here on yourliveevent.com. The Central Cass Squirrels, the number 1 overall seed and the 3-time defending champion of the Region 1 Tournament, will be making their way here to open up as the number 1 seed, going up against the 5 seed of the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. After Fargo Oak Grove had a great performance by Grayson Doctor, the complete game also goes 2 for 3 with 4 runs driven in and a 2-run homer just moments ago as they defeat the Oaks Tornadoes 6-1. So here's how the Region 1 bracket looks on our pregame show, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. Central Cass Squirrels will be hosting the Oak Grove Grovers again here in the game number 2, while Fargo Oak Grove will see Oaks make their way to the losers bracket and play at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon against either Kindred, Northern Cass, or Enderlin once we get to the bottom half of the bracket. Still to come, Northern Cass and Enderlin at 4, and the winner of that contest will play Kindred roughly at 6:30. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, get ready for the starting lineups. That and more still to come here from Castleton on yourliveevent.com.
Here at Dakota Heritage Bank in Red Lake Falls, we pride ourselves on serving you with experienced, friendly bankers who make all decisions locally. Our bankers are available to help you with any of your financial needs. We offer a variety of deposit products from checking accounts to IRAs. Our quick local decisions allow you to borrow money and make your purchases today. Stop in or call one of our local friendly bankers today at 218-253-2265. Member FDIC.
Emery Visto's Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts. Make sure you check out their garden center with all new grills, smokers, and griddles. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their Ariat and Cinch clothing section, along with Ariat and Twisted X footwear. At Emery Visto's Implement, anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or call 701-742-2167.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right, Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460. And
welcome back to our pregame show, again brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and alongside the Red River Valley Speedway. Here the broadcast said this tournament game has been authorized with special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. Chase Miller, Josh Boyka with you here. Norman County Raceway, check out the World of Outlaws late models on June the 29th in Ada. Tickets now available at NormanCountyRaceway.com. That again is NormanCountyRaceway.com. Let's take a look at how these two teams have fared against each other earlier this season. The Squirrels sweeping the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers with a 10-0 win back on April the 20th, and then they brought out the bats and were able to defeat the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers as well on May the 6th. So the Grovers looking for the old third time's a charm and trying to do what they did last season as a 5 seed, make their way into the semifinals. Well, for the Central Cass Squirrels, looking to do what they've done in the last 3 years here in the region tournament, that has come away out on top and make their way to the state tournament that'll be out in Jamestown. We'll take one more quick break on our pregame show, again brought to you in part by the Red River Valley Speedway and Norman County Raceway. We come back after this, we'll get closer to the starting lineups and the opening pitch for game number 2 of 4 from the Region 1 Baseball Tournament. A reminder, Region 2 Baseball begins tomorrow in Mayville at 10:30. Region 3 Baseball begins on Monday in Steele. We'll have all those for you, and the Region 1 and Region 2 softball tournaments also on YourLiveEvent.com. Back after this in Castleton here on Your Live Event. Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Plus, Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting and paint mixing section for your own do-it-yourself projects. From their grill selection with Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to their customer laser engraving center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
High school baseball here on YourLiveEvent.com, part of the Region 1 Baseball Tournament with you here. Chase Miller alongside Josh Boyko. Josh, you called game number 1. What impressed you most about the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers and their 6-1 win over the Oaks Tornadoes earlier this afternoon?
Well, the answer has to be Grayson Doctor for sure. In that first game, he pitches all 7 innings, giving up just 1 run on 2 hits throughout that ball game. But he wasn't just out there defensively on the mound helping his team. He had 4 of the 6 runs batted in, including a 2-run homer in the 5th inning. And that's what propelled Oak Grove into this semifinals game against Central Cass.
This again is our pregame show brought to you in part by the Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo. Friday night races start at 7, including tonight. They got enough moisture on the track, so let the rubber meet the road, so to speak, and let's go. You can listen to it on our properties of R&J Broadcasting. Again, Friday night races at 7 o'clock. Check out the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars also as well. Donnie Schatz and the crew coming to Red River Valley Speedway on August the 24th. For more info, go to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com. That again is RedRiverValleySpeedway.com. The Fargo Oak Grove Grovers and the Central Cass Squirrels. Oak Grove, the 5 going up against the 1. Grovers will be the visitors, while Central Cass will be the home team here today. Behind the plate, calling balls and strikes in game number 2 will be Dave Klunt. Gareth Hansen makes his way to third base, and Cale Hamry will be at first behind the plate. That does it for our pregame show. When we come back after this, it's the opening pitch and the starting lineups between the Grovers and the Squirrels. This is the Region 1 Baseball Tournament in Castleton on YourLiveEvent.com.
It's the North Dakota All-Star Gathering on Your Live Event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 3rd and 4th.
Closey with the 0-2 pitch.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 10th and 11th.
Right corner West is there for the dig back. Set Bogenry for another kill.
Plus, the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 15th and 16th.
Really nice quality second half. Goes off the backboard for the duck to Carson Yale.
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street at I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Let's get to our starting lineups here on a nice spring-like, feels like summer. Hopefully summer is sooner rather than later around the corner when it comes to Mother Nature, if it can figure out which way it wants to go with. A year ago we were talking about snow. Now we're talking about too much moisture and rain, but currently clear skies, sunny skies, and it is 79 degrees here in Castleton. You can definitely get your farmer's tan on today here in Castleton. Chase Miller, Josh Boyko with you here as we're nearing in on the first pitch, nearly right on schedule after starting about 22 minutes behind schedule just because of some of the evening into the morning rains here. They had to get the diamond dust. They did a great job with Coach Dustin Baggio and his crew here in Castleton. For the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers, they'll roll like this. Noah Meidinger, a sophomore catcher, followed by Elliot Butnoff, the 8th grader right fielder, batting second. Grayson Doctor, the junior first baseman, batting third. Jake Ring, the senior shortstop, batting cleanup, with Zach Winter on the bump, the sophomore pitcher, batting fifth. Foster Lord, the junior designated hitter, batting sixth. Jack Dieterle, the junior center fielder, batting seventh. Carter Wendable, the junior left fielder, batting eighth. And Jack Bjornson, the freshman third baseman, batting ninth. With Kramer, he's going to be playing at second base, just more of the defensive spot here for Fargo Oak Grove. Barston in center with Vakota in center, that is. Barston in left with Broughton in right. Muckow at first, Maggio at second, Mitchell at short, Boer behind third base, Pearson behind the plate, and then Jackson Parker will be on the bump. First pitch here at 1:34, and we're underway for game number 2 of 4 here today in Castleton. Chase Miller, Josh Boyko with you here. Noah Meidinger in the first game against the Tornadoes, 1 of 3 with a run scored, a single in the contest as well. Here's the 1-1 offering that'll be in there for a strike. Again, Dave Klunt calling balls and strikes. So righty-righty matchup on the way here in game number 2. As Parker, the 0-2 pitch. This one will be in the dirt. Pearson able to then tag Meidinger for an opening strikeout here for Parker on the mound. So Elliott will be coming up now. Butenhoff, the 8th grade right fielder for Fargo Oak Grove, able to score 1 run across in their win against the Tornadoes. This is the one thing when it comes to Central Cass this season. Got a lot of really good pitching, particularly up the middle with Maggio and also with Mitchell. You can have Vercote out there and a handful of others. Eli Boer can go on the mound. So the one thing, Josh, when you get to these tournaments sometimes, as much as it's simple to say you win today, you win the semifinals tomorrow morning at 11. With the 1-1, that'll be out of the zone at 2-1. You really set yourself up awfully well. But if there's a team that had to come back to the losers bracket with pitching, it probably would be Central Cass this season.
Yeah, they've got tremendous depth at that starting pitching spot. And that's something that's so valuable come tournament time, because a lot of teams usually have that ace, that one guy that you can count on. We're going to get this game, but then it's kind of just piece it together the rest of the way. That's not going to be the case with Central Cass.
3-1 of coming here after Jackson went with the breaking ball out of the zone. And so far, Butnoff doing a good job here at the number 2 spot, taking some pitches. Bat as the 5th pitch of the at-bat in there for a strike as it splits the plate now at 3-2. The one thing Oak Grove did well against Oaks is when they got runners on, they brought them in some capacity, and that'll have to hold true here against the Squirrels. The 3-2 offering, this one is smoked. A one-hopper that's going to go over the glove of Muckow into short right field. Braun comes across. We'll see on the official score if they give it a clean single or if it's a hit. It did take a big hop, and Muckow kind of almost alligator-armed it a little bit there. It's still a solid base, solid way for Elliott to get on board, and they're going to give it, it looks like, for an error to Muckow. But regardless, Josh, that was a really good piece of hitting.
Definitely, and he impressed me definitely in that first game right there, the 8th grader. Solid piece of hitting right there, and continues to wow at the plate.
And again, just the 8th grader, as we have said, and we've seen so many really good, talented players, whether it comes to baseball, softball, track and field, basketball in this particular Region 1 and Class B over the years, as this one will miss. Grayson Doctor, the junior first baseman, had a 2-run homer to right center field against the Oaks Tornadoes. This one's going to be hit on the ground. Here comes Mitchell. Mitchell stumbles for a moment, regains, and says, you know what? We're just going to keep it. Mitchell stumbled for just a moment, and that little stumble allows everybody to move up 60 feet. And for the Oak Grove Grovers, they got 2 runners on, thanks in part to 2 errors. And here's where Fargo Oak Grove comes across now with runners at first and second, with 1 down and a lone senior with Jack Ring coming to the plate.
Yeah, and they got to take advantage like they did in Game 1 now. This is a prime opportunity to put a run across against a solid team before they can even get a chance to get the bats in their hands, see what Ring, the senior, can do.
Ring went 1 of 2 with 2 runs scored, 2 walks, and a single against the Tornadoes. And right now the Grovers, if you want to spring the upset against a higher seed, score first in baseball and softball can go an awfully long way. No balls, 1 strike after this swing and miss.
And it can also make coaches think about starting pitching changes a lot earlier into the game if you can get that first run across. And do we need to bring in a higher leverage pitcher?
Parker in there for a strike at 0-2. So the Squirrels right off the bat here will have to contend with some base runners via the Grovers, with Elliott and Grayson on respectively at second and first. But Jackson works ahead in the count here. Parker with the 0-2 pitch with runners at first and second on our Bank North scoreboard. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 on the outer part of the plate looking, and it's 2 outs via the strikeout here for Jackson. And on that one, Josh, that was a nicely fastball on the outer part of the plate.
Yeah, that was located beautifully right there. He didn't give him something to hit, nothing down the middle on 0-2. That's a pitcher's pitch right there. He gets the call on the outside corner.
Zachary Winter, Zach for short, went 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts against the Tornadoes. Awfully big runs to the Grovers early here in the top half of the inning, as this one's going to be backhanded by Pearson. Pearson did a great job, as that almost felt like it was an easy one that was going to the backstop. Instead, it'll just be 1-0, and that's something, Josh, doesn't matter what level. If you got a really good catcher, that can minimize a lot of the run game, or just right there moving runners up an extra 90 feet.
Yeah, that was an incredible backhanded stab right there, and it prevents a runner from getting to third.
1-0, good swing by Winter, high in the zone, now 1-1. Central Cass Squirrels looking for the sweep, if you will, of the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. These two teams, because of the double elimination, could potentially meet again like Oak Grove and Oaks later on. The loser of this game, well, you put yourself in a must-win situation. Upcoming tomorrow, the winner of this game will be making their way into the semifinals tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning and still have a loss to work with this double elimination. This one will be out of the zone now, 2-1. So far what we know is this: Oaks plays at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. The loser of this game will play at 4, and the winner will play at 11. And first pitch gets underway at 11 o'clock in the morning. 2-1 offering on the way as the wind starts howling a little bit here in Castleton. In there for a strike at 2-2. Josh, you're making your way down to Hankinson tomorrow with Jake Berkmeyer with the Region 1 softball tournament at 10 o'clock in the morning. And these Central Cass Squirrels feeling like, hey, maybe they can double dip in baseball and softball.
Yeah, Squirrels have definitely had a strong showing at top of the Region 1 standings for softball. Swung on a miss there.
As that'll be strikeout the side for Parker. So Parker able to contend with 2 errors, but no runners come across. No runs, no hits, 2 errors, and 2 runners left on base. A half inning complete as we go to the bottom of the first inning here on YourLiveEvent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and RJBroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and RJBroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. This spring has been a trying time, and we may feel everything is out of our control. Please remember to slow down and stay safe this spring. Come home to your families each and every night. Please use this time to make sure your planter is ready to go. Keep downtime to a minimum. When you get into the fields, we are here to help you with any planting issues that may come up. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Your local Castleton agents, Scott Kramer and Tyler Wasleen, wish the Squirrels the best of luck this postseason. Bottom of the first inning we go here in Castleton. What feels like summer baseball here in May. All roads make their way again to the Buffalo City in Jamestown, where the State A and State B will be. Tomorrow, a very busy day. You have Northeast Track and Field Meet that's going to get underway in about half hour or so in Hillsborough. We have that for you on yourliveevent.com. The Southeast Meet will be in Lisbon. So you're going to have track, you're going to have baseball, and you're going to have softball, Josh. So for those dual sport athletes, well, get some miles in, potentially, depending on when you're going to have to compete or when you're going to have to go out there.
Yeah, it's a very busy time of the year as school is just wrapping up now for some, as we've got Region 1 baseball tournament. We got pretty much all the tournaments going on right now. So it's a fun time of the year when you got all the sports crossing together.
Logan Broughton, followed by Carter Verkota and Brady Mitchell. Top of the lineup here for the Central Cast Squirrels. Majo, Boer, and Pearson 4, 5, and 6, with Macau, Barstead, and Parker 7, 8, and 9, going up against the lefty Winter on the bump. Meininger behind the plate here with Bjornsson at third, Ring at short, Kramer at second, and Doctor at first. First pitch in there for a strike. Good location on Broughton, now 0-1. Butenhoff in right field with Dietz in center, and Wildebow stands at left field. So Winter looks in to Broughton with the 0-1. This one will run in and hit him. So hit by a pitch here in the Central Cast Squirrels, able to get their runner aboard right off the bat with Carter Verkota now coming up second. The Central Cast Squirrels in 2 games against the Grovers outscored Oak Grove 40-3 in the regular season. As Verkota, the senior center fielder, part of 5 consecutive seniors in the starting 9 here when it comes to the batting lineup for Coach Majo. As this one will one-hop, nicely done by Meininger to back-hop it. Now it's going to be 1-0. So a little bit different here with Winter than what we saw with Doctor. Doctor did a good job running that fastball in, had that big breaking ball, 12-6. And here with Winter right now trying to find the zone a little bit here early on against Broughton and now Verkota. This one will miss. Now 2-0. Kind of for Minnesota Twins fans might remind you of a Tommy Malone kind of a character in terms of on the mound. Someone that maybe is not going to have like the 95-mile-an-hour fastball as a Randy Johnson did. But if you hit your spot, you pitch well, kind of like what we saw from Greg Maddux in major leagues for many years, Josh, you can still be effective as a pitcher. The 2-0, they look to go back as it will keep it at 2-0 as getting back safely there is Broughton.
I think Twins fans would prefer Johan Santana.
The 2-0 offering upcoming here to Verkota. I'll be in there for a strike. Carter just making sure Winter throws a strike across after getting ahead on Broughton 0-1. Hit by a pitch then on the second. This will be the 4th pitch of the at-bat upcoming to Verkota. And sometimes, too, you're just never sure of what you're going to get that first inning, trying to time up the pitcher respectively, whether you throw 50 or you throw 90. Here's the 2-1 offering on the way as Broughton's going to scamper from first. He's going to be in there safely, no throw down, and it will be called a strike at 2-2. Broughton was going on the pitch. He will take second base now, and he will have a runner in scoring position. So Mitchell will be due up next, but right off the bat here for the Squirrels, their number 2 batter will have a runner to try to drive in by the name of Logan Broughton. Broughton has wheels at second base and has an even bigger lead right now at second. The 2-2 pitch on the way to Verkota. This one is fouled, and we'll do it all over again. So Dave Klunk calling balls and strikes here in game number 2 out of 4. Still to come. We'll get to the bottom half of the bracket at 4 o'clock. It will be Northern Cass and Enderlin after the Enderlin Eagles beat the Ball Stars in the play-in. The 2-2 in the dirt. Broughton stays put. He was nearly a good 45 feet off the bag, Josh, and then said, you know what, let's not make the opening out at third, if that was going to happen.
That's the definition of a secondary lead right there, Chase.
Broughton took a couple of big steps. He was where the shortstop was, Ringes, and passed him. The 3-2 pitch is going to be hit to the second baseman, Kramer. Gloves it, goes across the diamond in time, but it's a productive out regardless for Verkota. 4-3 on the put-up. Broughton takes third base. One down with a runner at third with Braden Mitchell, the senior shortstop, coming up to the plate.
Yeah, productive out right there. Get it to the right side of the infield and able to get the speedy Broughton over to third base.
That's the thing. It's the small things sometimes in baseball, right? With the Minnesota Twins losing and getting swept by the Yankees, what's new there? But sometimes what you said in the 6 series wins earlier, it was maybe not always having productive outs, but moving guys around the base pass in different varieties, and that's something that Central Cass lineup can do. They can hurt you with the long ball and extra base hits. They got table setters and speed. It's a deep lineup here for the Squirrels with the 1-0 offering coming from Winter as Mitchell gets out of the way. It's now 2-0. You
can see at third base a running start. A running lead's very short at the start, but then a running lead as the pitch is delivered, so he's going to be having full momentum if that ball ends up in the dirt.
As Bjornsson trying to keep Broughton as close to third base, the 2-0 offering, that'll miss. And this is maybe the old, we don't want to necessarily intentionally walk you, Braden, but we don't want to give you anything clean to hit from the Oak Grove perspective here. Understand that Maggio and Boer can do just as much damage, but Mitchell, the 3-0 offering, going to take one for a strike now at 3-1.
Yeah, sometimes there are certain hitters in the lineup that you have to know you are going to pitch very carefully and try and hit the corners. If you walk them, that's probably not the end of the world for some guys.
And the outfield nearly playing on the warning track here. Here's the 3-1 offering. This one will come in and nearly hit him regardless. It's going to be a walk. So you got a hit by pitch, a walk. Runners at the corners now with one down. And going back to Mitchell, again, you got the center fielder Dietz playing maybe about 10 feet off the warning track and center. Just overall, again, Mitchell has that power. And now it's Carter Maggio, the senior second baseman and the son of Dustin, coming to the plate as Meininger relays some signs here just in case there is a delayed steal by Mitchell at first base. As coming up will be the senior second baseman again, batter number 4 in the lineup here as the Squirrels looking to take the first run on our Bank North scoreboard. This one will miss, and Winter right now just trying to find a way to attack the zone. Hit by a pitch to Broughton after falling or getting ahead in the count. Verkota worked the count full before he grounded out to the second baseman Kramer, and then Mitchell drew a 5-pitch walk. 1-0 offering on the way with one down here in the bottom of the first inning. Runner's going to go Mitchell. Here's the throw back to try to get Broughton, and he will slide back in safely, but Meininger nearly picked off Logan Broughton as Mitchell will take second base. Meininger's throw to Bjornsson, if that was caught cleanly, as you might have had an out at second. Instead, you'll have runners at first, make that at second and third. So Meininger showing you off the cannon behind the plate. The infield comes in. This one is popped up by Maggio and out of play. And all of a sudden, if you're Winter, you're one strike away. A grounder, a pop-up in the infield to getting your second out and trying to see if you can get out of the pickle here, Josh.
Yeah, he's getting there, and he's just got to bear down, make some quality pitches, and get this out, make it sure it's not a productive out to give up this run.
As the infield again playing a little bit in on the left side, trying to take away the run as this misses out of the zone now. 2-2. Eli due up next for the Squirrels. Region 1 baseball tournament. Region 2 baseball tournament gets underway with Hillsborough, Central Valley, and Larimore tomorrow at Mayville State at 10:30 for a little baseball and brunch. The 2-2 is going to hop off the mound. Coming in to score the wild pitch will be Logan Broughton, and the Squirrels have taken the first lead on our Bank North scoreboard. It's 1-0 Central Cass. So coming in to score again, we'll make it a 1-0 advantage here for Central Cass on the wild pitch as Broughton comes in. And now 3-2 offering here to Maggio with Mitchell at third. 3-2 is going to be hit on the ground. That's in for a base knock. Mitchell comes in to score. Maggio picks up the RBI single, and the Squirrels have taken a 2-0 lead. first hit for the Squirrels, but they will take it. A hit by pitch, a walk, and now a single. Some small ball variety here for the Squirrels early, but they have a 2-0 advantage. Maggio with the base knock here. It's his first RBI of the contest. Now will stand at first base, stays put there. Eli Boer, the senior third baseman, can hit one from 35 feet in basketball. That's literally coming off the bus. He's got the range. Boer takes a ball now at 1-0. Batter number 5 of the bottom half of the first inning for the Squirrels. They've already put a crooked number up on that scoreboard. Now the question is how big of that run as Meininger throws down to Doctor to keep Maggio close. It's now 2-0, and these are sometimes in games, Josh, it doesn't matter if it's regular season or postseason, you get 2 runs up early. If you can keep the line moving and put up 4 or 5 away, you can possibly put a team away early on in the first or second inning.
Yeah, just putting up the early runs can change the complexion of how the later innings go, depending on substitutions that have to be made, decisions on pitchers, but also just demoralizing that opposing lineup right there and giving yourself all the momentum early.
3-0 pitch in there for a strike. It's now 3-1. That's one thing Winter has done. He has found the strike zone on every batter that he's went up against, either throwing a strike or getting a foul ball, but he's falling behind in the count so far here against these Squirrel batters. The 3-1, that'll miss out of the zone. It's a 5-pitch walk. The third free pass on the way here for Winter. Maggio will scamper to second. Boer will go to first, and we'll see the head coach here and Chad Slatter coming out and talking over with Winter, or might we get a pitching change? We'll let you know after the break here on your liveevent.com.
Red River Valley Speedway, what a great place to let your heart race. Excitement second to none. Every Friday night you're gonna feel alright. Your destination for family fun.
Get ready for racing this Friday night at 7 at the Red River Valley Speedway. Family fun for everyone. Sponsored by Performance Auto, Valley Green & Associates, and Vizzy. For details, log on to redrivervalleyspeedway.com.
Chad Slatter comes on, just wants a little conversation here with Winter. So far, for those of you that are just joining us here in the bottom of the first inning, the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers got 2 runners on in the first and second via the air, but Parker earned back-to-back strikeouts to strand him at first and second. And here for the Central Cass Squirrels, Broughton comes in to score, Mitchell comes in to score, 1 via hit by pitch. Mitchell earned a walk. Maggio earned the single to bring in Mitchell after Broughton had the score on the wild pitch. It's now 2-0, and just giving Winter a chance to calm himself as Pearson comes in the plate. No, miss out of the zone. It's now 1-0, and sometimes, too, when it's a double elimination, where if you're Oak Grove or Central Cass, you know, a win obviously puts you in a really good spot, but a loss doesn't end your season. Sometimes you're not going to maybe put your next best pitcher out there, as this is swung on and missed, but on the pass ball gets by Meininger, allows Maggio to get to third base. Boer will get to second, and it'll now be 1-1.
And yeah, sometimes a different strategy for what you're going to throw for a pitcher in this game, and we saw Jake Ring warming up. He might be that next guy that we either see in this game or tomorrow.
2-1, and that's the thing. Sometimes you fall early in the count, you might just tell a guy, sorry, you got to wear it. It's one of those things very similar to the majors or college sometimes when your lineup as this is hit down to left. Could it stay? Might it stay? It's a foul ball. Sounded good off the bat with Pearson. As if the wind wasn't blowing in from left, the question is how far might have it gone to the warning track or possibly one hop the wall. But, Josh, that didn't miss by much down the left field line that would have brought in easily 2 runners here for the Squirrels.
Yeah, that definitely would have made it 4-0 right there, and it would have been extra bases had that one stayed fair, but maybe just a little bit towards the end of the bat right there and hooked it just foul to the left field corner.
So Maggio again at third. Boer stands at second. Winter looking for the strikeout, his first of the afternoon if he gets it. The 2-2, though, is laced, and that's going to one-hop the third baseman. Coming in to score is Maggio. Boer on his high horse comes on in as well. Making his way to second is Pearson with a stand-up double, and the Squirrels just like that lead it 4-0 on our Bank North scoreboard.
Yeah, and he didn't make any mistake that time. That was not off the end of the bat, nor was it foul. He gets that one down the left field line in almost the exact same spot, and that one clears the bases and puts 2 runs across for the Squirrels.
The Central Cass Squirrels will be bringing on a courtesy runner here as well. as Everson will come on here and courtesy run for the catcher. That's the one thing I do like in high school sports, Josh. Compared to maybe college and the pros, I know baseball's always talked about moving the pace of play. I don't know if we'll ever see it in the majors. The old Gary Sanchez's and the Mike Redmonds of the world running the base pass might want the courtesy runner to come in, but able to see it here, kind of keep the line moving, especially if that batter, in terms of the catcher or the pitcher, get them back into the dugout and get ready to go for that next half inning.
Yeah, it definitely speeds up that between inning time.
As Macau hits one foul. Batter number 7 here in the lineup for the Central Cass Squirrels. So far a single double, walk, and a hit by pitch. Verkota, even his out was productive back early on in the inning here. So everything has been Central Cass way early in this one. It's now 0-2. You win this game, first contest tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning in the semis. And then if you're able to win that, you make your way right into the championship, as we're going to have a balk-up coming here called by Cale Hamry. So making his way to third now will be Everson. So Jack Everson going to stand at third base now. Noah Macau, no balls, 2 strikes on the way for the junior first baseman. For Central Cass, here's the question: how greedy can you get? You're up by 4 already. You have a chance to make it 5. Can you make it 6 here in the bottom half of the first inning and really try to put this game not so much to bed, but try to put it so much out in front where Oak Grove has to have maybe multiple innings like we're seeing from Central Cass to really have any shot in this one as we continue here, depending on is it 4 or 5 or maybe even more runs, Josh?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about adding on at this point and make this a no contest. If you're Central Cass, they're trying to save pitchers, they're trying to save arms.
The 1-2, Winter does a good job fielding it, having to go a little 180 or 270 by the time he gloved it, able to go to Doctor 1-3 on the putout, and the big thing about it, it keeps Everson at third base, and there's 2 down.
Yeah, that's a nice pitch right there, well located, right off the end of the bat, nothing significant on the hit right there, so a harmless out and a good one recorded from Winters.
Cam Barstead, the senior left fielder, will dig in. Batter number 8 in the lineup for Coach Maggio as this one misses out of the zone, now 1-0. The Squirrels were set a couple weeks ago on May the 4th to play the Thompson Tommies and the Cardinals of Langdon area Edmore Munich, but that triangular had to go away because the weather had so much rain where they had to get region counters in, and with those 2 particular games and a triangular going to be non-region, they were able to go down to Oaks and take care of business against the Tornadoes that day. The 1-1 offering on the way with 2 outs. Swung on and missed. It's 1-2. The thing about it is Thompson, back-to-back champs in Class B. Langdon has made it the last handful of seasons, so it kind of would have been almost a barometer point with 2 weeks left in the regular season to see kind of where you're at against some of the better quality teams in the state. 1-2 pitch. That'll miss out of the zone. It's now 2-2. Regardless, the Squirrels have taken full advantage of their year so far. Kind of a slow start last year. This year, kind of pedal to the metal a little bit more. The 2-2 pitch on the way to Barstead. This, they'll appeal to Cale Hamry, the first base umpire says no. Now it works the count full to 3-2. Saw a full count against Carter Verkota. This will be the first, second, third, fourth, fifth 3-ball count here for Winter in the inning. The 3-2. That'll miss out of the zone. Barstead takes a walk. Runners at the corners. 4th free pass here for the Squirrels battery, if you will, so far here today. And that will be Jackson Parker, batter number 9. Where's number 9? And on the bump here for Central Cass. Kind of a mini-large situation here, Josh. If you're able to get out of the inning, it's still, again, 1 swing ties the game if you get the bases loaded, where Parker can put one into the gap with runners at the corners. Just feel like this one might be getting away a little bit, as this one's going to be smashed into center field. Dietz will come underneath it and go to a short alley, and that'll retire their side. Good hit by Parker, just gone underneath it enough, and that'll retire the Central Cass Squirrels here in the first inning. There were 4 runs off of just 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We have an inning complete on our Bank North scoreboard. The Squirrels lead it by 4.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
Region 1 baseball tournament here on your liveevent.com. 4-0 in favor of the Central Cass Squirrels or the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. Foster Ford with Jack Dietz and Carter Windable will be coming up here in the Grovers lineup. 6, 7, and 8 batters. A reminder, we will have the Region 1 softball tournament starting tomorrow in Hankinson. That'll be at 10 o'clock in the morning. The Central Cass Squirrels get their contests underway at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, as they earned a bye, kind of like the baseball team, into the next round past the opening round. We'll have that for you here on yourliveevent.com. Also, more games tomorrow here in Castleton on your live event starting at 11 o'clock in the morning. Winner of this contest heads to the semifinals. Foster Lord, the junior designated hitter, had a couple of singles with a run scored and a run driven in, the first run driven in of the day for the Grovers in their 6-1 win over Oaks. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. Now it'll be 1-1. Dietz and then Windable again here for Fargo Oak Grove. The 1-1 offering on the way. This one kind of coming at the hands a little bit, almost tied him up there as Parker looking for his 4th strikeout.
Yeah, it's a good location right there. Just threw it right at the hands, and that's so hard to get to. You have to be out in front of that pitch to be able to get anything on it.
This one is going to be hit and a ground ball foul. We'll see if anybody can beat the performance that Doctor had in the first game with 14 strikeouts. Parker well on his way there so far with 3. Here's the 1-2 pitch upcoming. This one off the glove of Pearson. Pearson then will have to fire it to the first baseman. Macau does able to do so. And that is now 4 consecutive strikeouts for Jackson here. And it will be the first out of the second inning. Jack Dietz will dig in now for Fargo Oak Grove. Dietz hit by a pitch, 0 for 3, able to reach base twice, however, against the Tornadoes. And we'll see what happens here in his first at-bat against Parker. Right now, Fargo Oak Grove just looking to put something in play. The 2 times they've did, Josh, runners got on via the air by Muckow and Mitchell. Here's Parker. This one will miss out of the zone. Will be 1-0.
Yeah, probably won't see back-to-back errors the rest of this game from the Central Cass defense. Solid squad out there in the field.
1-0 pitch. This one potentially might have been foul tipped into the glove of Pearson. Now it's 1-1. Class A this season makes their way to the Queen City out in Dickinson, so a little farther traveling for those from the eastern side of the state. For the State A, just a few short weeks from now, we'll have the Shield Softball All-Star Series. It'll also be in Castleton. The first Monday of June will be in Bismarck. The second will be in Castleton. The 2-1 offering swung on and missed. It's now 2-2. Always a fun time to see some of the best players across the state in softball. We've seen a handful and how that sport has continued to grow and have players move on to the next level. The 2-2, the fastball got him. 5 consecutive strikeouts here for Jackson. So Parker, 5 outs, all via the strikeout, and 4 of them swinging, as it's now Carter up to the plate, the junior left fielder. Windable coming up now for the Grovers. Also a run in, and I feel like Parker maybe running a little bit more in adrenaline, Josh, as that fastball really had a little tail to it.
Yeah, definitely, and he's working quickly. Like, he's getting the sign, he's firing right away.
1-0 pitch, would you say Burley-esque from the old White Sox days?
Yeah, definitely reminds me of that.
Burley didn't need a pitch clock to pitch one under 2.5 hours.
Nah.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. That'll be 1-2. Yeah, Parker not wasting any time. Gets the ball back from Pearson. He is ready to pitch right into his stretch position here as Wendable steps out of the box, trying to see if he can disrupt the rhythm. 1-2. Fastball up. Now it'll be 2-2.
That can be intimidating, though, for a hitter when a guy is just in his groove. It's strike one, strike two, and you're taking your time out, and he's just still sitting there with the glove in front of his face, ready to go.
The 2-2 pitch. This is up high. Now 3-2 as Wendable trying to earn the walk here after falling behind the count. Parker looking to strike out the side. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and he got him. Strikeout looking to retire the side. 6 outs via the strikeout. As we head to the bottom of the second inning, Squirrels up by 4 here on your liveevent.com.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045. Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for providing us the opportunity to come to a multiple of areas here, not just today, but throughout the weekend. We're in Hillsboro today for the Northeast Regional Track and Field Meet, up in Grafton on Monday for softball in Region 2, Mayville Region 2, here in Castleton Region 1, Hankinson in Region 1 softball. We got you covered in EDC softball from Mickelson next Friday and alongside Saturday as well. As bottom of the second inning, it goes through the lineup the second time here with Logan, Broughton, Verkota, and Mitchell. As this to Logan Broughton was hit by a pitch, stole a base, and came in and eventually scored to start things off here for Central Cass. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one will come in and hit him for the second time. Logan Broughton is able to get aboard with a free pass. At Bank North, they take community to heart, helping customers achieve their financial goals while supporting and improving the great rural communities that they serve. It's more than just a bank, it's values-based banking. To learn more, visit ibanknorth.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, and find a branch near you at ibanknorth.com and check out their branch in Castleton. So Carter Verkota now steps up. He had an out in the first, but it was a productive out to move Logan Broughton to third at that particular juncture. It was the first out of the contest for Winter, and this one is fouled back at 0-1. Almost has a hint of you're hanging at the lake or the pool a little bit with the moisture that we've been having. Josh, you can just kind of smell it a little bit in the air today.
Yeah, certainly is that spring into summer vibe right now in the air.
The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, got it over for a strike at 0-2. But the one thing that we don't have is the humidity, so it's about as nice as you can possibly get in terms of hanging out outside on a day like this. Great barbecue day or playing hooky from work. Here's the 0-2 pitch as Broughton takes his lead off of first. This will be well out of zone. Meininger, quick whip throw back to first. Not going to be in time as Doctor did have a nice tag on Broughton, but Broughton got that left hand in there before it, as it's now 1-2. So Logan Broughton again hit by a pitch to take second. Winter trying to hold him on. Looks over the runner. The 1-2 pitch. This one will be in the dirt and making his way all the way to second base. And rounding second is Broughton. He thought about third. He might have had to say down the stretch with the Preakness and Belmont upcoming. Instead, it will be 2-2. So wild pitch there. We've seen Logan Broughton kind of take those big secondary leads a couple of times. Again, when you got wheels like that, Josh, it's kind of like almost Sonic running around the base pass.
Yeah, he's very comfortable as a base runner, clearly, and he knows the limits that he can get to.
2-2 is laced and over the second baseman's glove in Kramer. Boonhoff comes in at right, able to get it back into Doctor quickly. Having to stay froze a little bit at second was Broughton. Regardless, Verkota's aboard, and there's runners at the corners. So the base knock here, that'll be the third of the game here for Central Cass. And, well, there's one place to put Mitchell, but then it's bases loaded after that. Mitchell with a walk and a run scored his last time up. So Broughton stands at third. Verkota stands at second. And 2 times Verkota's been to plate, and twice, one on the ground at the second baseman. The other one he was able to zing it into right field. Verkota's going to go. Meininger gives it back to the pitcher as they're trying to see if they can maybe catch the Squirrels on a double steal. Regardless, Verkota is going to take second base here and get into scoring position. Mitchell, now 1-0. I like the play, though, by Meininger, getting it right back to the pitcher there with Winter. Seeing if maybe Broughton was going to take a couple extra steps, Josh, down the third base line.
Yeah, and even in the first game against Oaks, we saw the play where we just saw a snap throw to third base that almost caught the runner sleeping instead of faking that you're throwing all the way down.
Here's the 2-0 pitch from Winter. This is going to be hit in the air. That's to center field. That's on a line way back to the warning track, and that one's going to one-hop the wall. Coming into scorers, Brian Verkota is on with him as well. It's a bases-clearing 2 RBI double for the senior Mitchell, and the Squirrels have taken a 6-0 lead. So Brandon Mitchell with the 2 RBI double. Now 6-0 as the Squirrels have opened it up a little bit here now in the bottom half with that base knock. That nearly went out, Josh, with the wind. That maybe would have went out if it wasn't blowing in from left field.
Yeah, that was struck very well, and the wind probably had something to do with it. As you can see the flag out in right center field, waving a bit out there and pushing that ball back down towards the earth.
Carter Maggio with a single, a run scored, and Maggio fists one off up the first base line as that'll go foul. It's now 1-0. So far for the Central Cass Squirrels, they've plated 6 runs off of 4 hits. They've left 2. Well, for the Oak Grove Grovers, no runs, no hits. They've left 2, thanks in part to 2 Central Cass errors. Again, the Mercy Rule, just like the regular season, in full effect in the postseason as well. As for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers, we do have someone warming in Oliver Hegvig, the freshman, right now in the bullpen. And for Winter, falling behind now at 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and the Mercy Rule is 10 after 4.5 or 5, depending on if you're the home or the visiting team if you're up at that point. The 2-1 pitch, that'll be in the dirt now, 3-1. And for Central Cass, first things first, from their point of view, get up by 10 and then hold it once you get to the top of the 5th. For the Grovers, it's finding a way to get into the dugout right now, not putting up another bigger number here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. The 3-1 offering from Winter. This is going to be hit a mile high. The wind will take this one out of play over the first base dugout for Central Cass, and it'll be 3-2. Still to come later today here on YourLiveEvent.com for Region 1 baseball coverage. Northern Cass and Enderlin will play roughly at 4 o'clock for a scheduled first pitch. The winner will play the Kindred Vikings then in the nightcap at 6:30. 3-2, that'll miss in for a walk here. Winter with his 6th free pass, and runners at first and second now here for the Squirrels as Eli Boer able to earn a walk with a run scored his last time up. 5th batter right now, and Starting to see a little bit of the dugout here for Fargo Oak Grove, and I think we're going to see a pitching change this time through, and we'll see the freshman upcoming here. We'll break as well. Bottom of the second inning on our Bank North scoreboard. It's the Region 1 baseball tournament here in Castleton.
Meet Blake, the messiest 4-year-old on the planet. He's no ordinary durability tester. Meet SmartStrand, no ordinary carpet. With all pet protection, it's the softest, most durable, easiest to clean carpet on the planet. When Blake's barn got a comfy makeover, SmartStrand came clean, even went up against a 2-ton rhino. Made to withstand all walks of life. Ask for SmartStrand, rhino tested, rhino approved.
Available at Carpet World, carpetworldfargo.com.
You're feeling that spring sensation, and that means it's time to put a spring in your step over to Mayport Hardware. They've got it all, the seeds, soil, pots, and garden tools you need to make your green thumb glow. If you're spring cleaning, pick up some paint or rakes to spruce up your home and yard. They also have appliances to put that tax refund to good use, and the bikes and lawnmowers, they're just ready to roll out the door. Keep that spring sensation at Mayport Hardware, Trail County's Hardware Hank on Main Street in Mayville.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
Chase Miller alongside Josh Boyko with you. Here's the Squirrels have chased Winter out of the ball game. Winter into summer. Well, a little bit of spring. Regardless, Winter is done. 1 inning of work. 4 hits against, 6 runs. He is on the hook for the 2 base runners right now in Macho and Mitchell. 6 walks and no strikeouts as the Grovers will go to the freshman in Oliver. Hagvik here, the freshman at 6'2", will come on here for Fargo Oak Grove. Now Eli Boer will go up against the righty-righty matchup. Then with Winter, kind of more of a soft-tossing lefty, if you will. The one thing that he just was unable to do, Josh, was really find the strike zone consistently enough and then give credit to Central Cass not chasing, drawing those 6 walks.
Yeah, they didn't have any intention of settling for those pitches that were on the outer third or off the plate. They knew they could get something over the plate and do damage with it, and that's exactly what they did. 4 hits and 6 runs.
For the Squirrels here, this would be their 14th batter to the plate, and they've only recorded 3 outs. The 0-1 offering on the way from Hagvik. This one is going to be jammed. Boer, we'll see if there's enough room here as Bjornsson will come in. The pitcher also calling everybody off, and Hagvik just kind of hits the dirt. Looks to be okay. That's the main thing right now for the freshman. Had to go all the way from the mound and to about a good 15, 20 feet into foul territory there, and it's just going to be an allowed second strike. So just a straight switch here for Fargo Oak Grove, bringing on a new pitcher. Here's the 0-2 offering. This by Boer, going to chase Doctor, the first baseman, see if he runs out of real estate, and it's about 1 foot in front of him. He was nearly on the warning track of the ball, about 1 foot in front of him, one hop the wall. So Boer giving the guys here a chance to kind of run around the base pass a little bit, but it's the defense, not so much the base runners coming along here. No balls, 2 strikes on the way here. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one is going to be popped up and playable here for Ring. It's going to be an infield fly rule as well, so it won't matter regardless, and there's 1 down.
Well, there you got a freshman coming in, and he's throwing strikes right away, and he's getting soft contact on 3 straight pitches right there, so that's exactly what you want to see for Oak Grove. Just let these guys hit the ball and let your defense go to work. If you try to be too perfect, you're probably not going to hit the corners, and it'll just lead to some extra bases and more walks.
Pearson will come up first pitch swinging, earned a double his last time up, a 2 RBI variety as well. Yeah, to your point, all of a sudden you see a lefty, now you go up against a righty. And with Havoc, got a little bit more, if you want to say, on the fastball than what we saw with Winter. Now 0-2, so that's also something, a little change. You've got to go from a different arm slot, but also to a different maybe velocity here as a batter. Runner at second again is Mitchell. Maggio stands at first. The 0-2 offering. This will be nearly snow-coned by Meininger, who did a great job going behind the batter of Pearson to at least get enough of the glove on that one to now allow the runners to move up a base.
I know I certainly threw pitches like that when I was on the mound. When you're trying to develop a breaking ball or an off-speed pitch as a freshman or just as a young baseball player in general, there are going to be some of them that just don't break, and you don't have quite the feel for it yet, so definitely been there before.
2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out here. This will be again in the bottom of the second. This is going to be hit in the air. That's to left center field at Wendable, and Dietz will come across. Someone's going to call it off. Dietz does. Runner at second, and Mitchell bluffs to tag as Dietz calls everybody off, and there's 2 down here on the way for Oliver in the circle. So nicely done by Dietz, calling the left fielder off, and so far for Hagvik, 2 pitchers and 2 batters, that is, and able to get 2 outs and trying to minimize the damage just to 2 here in the bottom of the second with Noah Mukow.
Yeah, Dietz has looked strong out there in center field in the couple opportunities that we've seen him. He's not afraid to take charge out there and make it happen.
For Central Cass, 2 runs across so far, again off a single and a double with a hit by pitch and a walk. Since then, a pop out, a fly out, and now it's a 2-0 offering on the way to Noah, who's 0 for 1 today with a grounder back to the pitcher at the time Winter, his last time up. For Fargo Oak Grove, Hagvig looks in. This is going to be fouled. It'll be 2-1. In between games, I saw a bunch of Oak Grove fans and also players make their way to the concessions and buy a hot dog, hamburger, kind of get replenished from game 1 to game number 2. 2-1 pitch. That'll be 3-1. That's what broadcasters need to, Josh, in between games. A little hot dog, a little hamburger, get you ready for the nightcap coming up a little bit later on.
Yeah, when you got 4 games like you do on yourliveevent.com today, you got to be refueled.
A 3-1 offering. This one's going to be hit down the left field line, but foul. Good piece of hitting there by Noah. Just jammed him enough to hit that one foul, and that'll work the count full now to 3-2. For Central Cass, they sent 9 batters to the plate in the first inning, 7 batters to the plate so far here in the second.
Hagvig just one good pitch, though, away from ending this right here.
Here's the 3-2. Runners leave early. This is going to be hit to left field. Wendable will come on and play it. Everybody's going to move up. Coming in to score is Mitchell. Maggio trying to come in as well. The relay not going to matter. So it's 2 runs across on the way for Noah. And now the Squirrels take a 8-0 lead. Mitchell was coming in regardless. Maggio able to come in via the air by the left fielder there that was bobbled a little bit. And now all of a sudden Noah stands at first base. So that'll be the book then for Winter. He does give up 8 runs, with 6 of those being earned, 6 walks and 0 strikeouts. That's the first hit for Hagvig here, and now it'll be Cam Barstead with a 1-0 count. So 1-0 on the way, 2 outs here. The Squirrels 4 runs in the first and now the second. This one is going to get by Meininger, and taking second base will be Noah. So Hagvig, pop out, fly out, and then Noah Mukow did a good job working the count full there and hitting one to left field. And didn't do too much with that particular pitch there, Josh, but able to keep it going. And with the runners going, again, Mitchell was going to come in regardless, but with that fielding error, allowed Maggio to come in to score.
Yeah, and it was a good piece of hitting, like you said. The Central Cass hitters, even though they know they're going to be able to get bat to ball, they're not trying to overswing here today, and that's what's led to some good at-bats.
So runner at second base here. The 2-1 pitch. That'll miss out of the zone. It's now going to be 3-1. And then Jackson Parker due up next. The Squirrels trying to bring all 9 batters to the plate in back-to-back innings. The 3-1 pitch. And this one will get by the catcher in Meininger. Runners will be at the corners. Noah will move up here on the YO pitch. And now it'll be runners at first and third. Central Cass so far here in this inning, just 3 hits across with a hit by pitch, a walk, and a walk. And now Parker flew out to finish off the first inning, hit one to right center field, and we'll see what happens here with runners at the corners and 2 down. This one is going to be hit, and that'll go foul. Now 0-1. Region 1 softball tournament tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning here on your live event. Officially getting underway will be Enderlin and Hillsborough Central Valley in the 4-5 matchup, HCV the 4. Then at noon, it's going to be Hankinson Co-op against Northern Cass. Hankinson's the 3. The winner of that game will play Kinder Richland at 4, while Enderlin HCV winner will play Central Cass at 2. Josh Boyko and Jake Berkemeyer making their way down a little bit farther south I-29 tomorrow in Hankinson. So 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs here with runners at the corners. There's the 2-1 offering. Check swing. He said yes, he did go through the zone for a strike. It's now 2-2. Again, Dave Klunk calling balls and strikes. Gareth Hansen, the third base umpire, now at second. And then at first is Cale Hamry. The 2-2 offering on the way for Oliver. This will run up and in, now 3-2. So we've seen from Hagvik since he came on a full count to Macau. Barstead earned a walk, and now it's another 3-ball count, this time to Parker. 3-2, this will be in the dirt. The runner from third base, Noah Macau, will scamper in to score. Going from first to third will be Barstead with that head start on the 3-2 pitch. So nice base running by the Squirrels as they take now a 9-0 lead. So we'll have the courtesy runner upcoming here for the Central Cass Squirrels. So now for Barstead, he will make his way to first base. Barstead will make his way to third base. It's now 9-0 with runners. After Parker earned the walk here, and Logan Broughton is back up. 2 times he's been up, twice hit by a pitch, but it's the first time he's gone up against Hagvik here as it's 9-0. This one will come in, and Brian's got to say, what do I got to do? 3 times up, 3 times hit by a pitch. Regardless, now bases here are full of Squirrels.
That's an odd day at the plate right there. When you come up 3 times and you get beamed all 3.
As Carter Verkota now will keep the line of moving here for Central Cass. You don't see that too often, as for all of a sudden now Oliver, the last 3 batters he's faced has been a walk, and a hit by pitch. After getting the first 2 outs coming in relief, Central Cass Squirrels have kind of figured him out a little bit here with a single. Nothing has been one hop the wall, but again, the small ball variety here for Central Cass. The 0-1 pitch, that'll be out of the zone. It'll now be 1-1. For Fargo Oak Grove in the 3rd inning, they will send their 9-1-2 batters with Bjornsson, Meininger, and Buttonoff due up. This is going to be hit to left field. Wendable will come in underneath it, and that'll retire the side. So Central Cass Squirrels do score 5 as we have a new score on our Bank North scoreboard. It's 9-0 Central Cass as we head to the top of the 3rd inning here on your liveevent.com.
At Thompson Public Schools, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit their website, tps-k12.org, for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and more. Follow them on social media and share in Tommy Pride with student updates and events with Thompson Public Schools. Thompson Public Schools thanks all students, staff, parents, alumni, and community members for their continued support. Good luck to the Tommies. Learn more at tps-k12.org.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Maddox, Page, and Castleton. Or visit our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Top of the third inning we go here on yourliveevent.com. Bjornsson Meininger will be going 1-2 here, 9-1-2 batters in the lineup. As this one will be in there for strike, it's 0-1. So the freshman third baseman here will be coming up. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Now 0-2. Parker so far 6 outs via the strikeout. 2 batters have reached thanks in part to errors, but regardless here for the Grovers, they haven't found a way to break the riddle that is Jackson Parker right now in terms of consistently putting bats together and getting the ball in play. No balls, 2 strikes. Parker looking into Bjornsson, the 0-2. Fastball out of the zone. Now it's 1. Our strikeout there, delayed strikeout. That's my fault. Thought it was 1-2. Dave Klunt says, nope, you are retired for the strikeout, and that'll be the 7th one here for Parker. As for Fargo Oak Grove, as they will have Segan coming on here, an 8th grader. He's able to first pitch swing, hit one into center field. Verkota comes in and camps underneath it for the out. Mittig is retired on the fly ball here. Now all of a sudden for Oak Grove, it'll be Elliott coming up to the plate. I like that, though, by Segan there, Josh. You know what? Not going to fall behind the count. Let's see if we get something good. Let's sit on a fastball and see if we can hit it somewhere.
Can't strike out if you put the first ball in play right there, so he did a nice job getting a good piece of the bat on it. Just didn't have a full swing under it.
Butenhoff did the same thing. This one comes in. Oh, what a glove play by Verkota in short center field. Verkota got a good read off of that. Got some grass stains, but made the out to retire the side. A tidy top of the third inning here. It just took 5 pitches, and there's 3 down. As we head to the bottom of the third inning, it's still 9-0 Squirrels on yourliveevent.com.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 109 Main Street in Hunter.
It's the most prestigious, challenging, rewarding tour on dirt. The most wanted, baddest outlaws, and the most powerful late models on the planet. The world of outlaws, King's Late Models.
At Dakota Heritage Bank, we know your schedules can get hectic, and you don't always have time to get to the bank during regular banking hours. We make it easy for you with mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay, services that we offer for free. This is Michelle with Dakota Heritage Bank, inviting you to do your banking with us anytime, anywhere. Just go to dhbanknd.com or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
As we enter the bottom of the third inning here, it'll be Mitchell, Monjo, and Boer scheduled due up. We'll let you know about some of the new infielders and outfielders here for Fargo Oak Grove. But first, let's get to our in-game update, brought to you in part by the Red River Valley Fair. Coming up this year, something a little bit different. instead of 10 days in a row, they're going to go over 3 weekends at the Red River Valley Fair and enjoy it. It'll be June 28th through the 30th, July 4th through the 7th, and July 11th through the 14th. Tickets for all concerts on sale now at redrivervalleyfair.com. You have everything from the Google Dolls, Sublime, to alongside Hairball, Fluffy the Comedian, Skillet, Riley Green, Breaking Benjamin, and more, all going on at the Red River Valley Fair. Again, go to the redrivervalleyfair.com. Providing you our in-game update as Mitchell will hit one foul, as Hagvig is still on the bump here, while you have Mittig behind the plate, and then Machaya now will come in and play in right field. Here's the 0-1 offering. It'll be the zone at 1-1, so when the ball will play in left, Dietz in center, Machai in right. Doctor is at first with Kramer at second. Ring at short with Bjornsson at third. And Mittig comes on for Meininger here. Here's the 1-1, and that is going to be hit down the left field line and going nearly to our car, but that'll go foul. As now will be 1-2. So again, third time through the lineup here for the Central Cass Squirrels, and so far it has been a nice offensive performance off of just 5 hits, able to get the 9-0 advantage with this River Valley Fair in-game update. It started with a wild pitch coming in. His score was Broughton in the bottom of the first. Maggio able to add on to that with an RBI to make it 2-0. Then Pearson had a 2 RBI double to make it 4-0 for Central Cass after 1. This is going to be hit on the ground. That goes to Ring. Ring trying to glove it. Does. Eventually gets his palm on it. And then airmails one over. Doctor staying put at first base will be Central Cass with Mitchell. That should be reaching base on an error as Carter Maggio with a single and a run scored, a walk and a run scored, and also with a run driven in here today for Central Cass. As Maggio, batter number 4 in the lineup here for Central Cass, and now the Squirrels looking to get another run across, as this one is going to go foul. It'll be now 0-1. If they get this one run across, all of a sudden now you start talking about the 10-run rule officially, as then the Grovers would have chances in the 4th and the 5th to cut into that deficit. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This is going to be hit in the air. Dietz camps underneath it, tracks it. This one still going back, and Dietz, does he make the catch? No. They're going to say he did not catch it. Rounding third is Mitchell. He's going to try to come on in to score, and he will. But the question is, was it a double play and the out or not? As they were saying from the umpiring crew here that he did not catch it, that it was in there. So all of a sudden now it is a 10-0 score. The way Dietz is reacting in center field, he thought that he dove and he made the catch and tried to double off the runner in Mitchell, who was rounding second when Dietz was going to the warning track, Josh. And so Chad Snyder will come on and talk it over with Gareth Hansen and Dave Klunt. Gareth Hansen made the call as the third base umpire. He had the best look at it from the infield, so he can make the call. But unless either Cale Hamry at first or Dave Klunt was able to definitively see that the ball went in the mitt and it did not hit the ground, did not hit the fence, it's a 10-0 game. Otherwise, if they're able to overturn it, it would be a double play and 2 outs.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell from here if that ball popped out of Dietz's glove, and this is going to be just a umpire's review here, seeing if any of the other guys saw something different.
I think they're going to, the way it's looking like right now, they're not pointing anybody to be into the dugout or move anybody around, so that's going to be a base knock on the way for Maggio. Coming in to score will be Mitchell. Maggio is able to get his second base knock of the game, his second run driven in as well, to make it now a 10-0 advantage here. As Maggio delivers the RBI in the bottom of the third, first pitch swinging in now, while Dietz and Machaya will have a chance in it. Machaya will come in, get the out. So there's now 1 down with that run. The Squirrels have officially scored in every inning now that they've had a chance to bat in. 4, 5, and 1 across here in the first 3 innings, as Pearson will step up to the plate. That's something on your bingo card that we haven't seen too much of. Sometimes you talk about that in baseball, and strikeouts, triples, doubles, homers, suicide, squeeze, everything between, as this will be in the dirt. It will be 1-0. Tough play right there, as you got to give credit to the center fielder, Dietz, Josh. He laid all out for that one, trying to come up with that in center field.
Yeah, the effort was certainly there. We've seen him make a couple nice plays out there earlier. But that one, apparently, he just was not able to maintain that catch to the ground, to use the football analogy right there. But if Dez caught it, I think Dietz caught it. We'll see. But not going to account for Dietz this time.
Maggio's going to go to third base as the runner. Again, was just never being taken a look at here if you're the Fargo Oak Grove pitcher again. With Hagvig, just never looked back the runners. So Maggio says, well, if you're not going to take a look at me, I'll take the 90 feet. Here's the 2-1 offering. I'll miss out of the zone now, 3-1. Central Cass batter number 4 of the inning so far with 1 down. There's the 3-1 offering on the way. That'll miss in the dirt. It's going to be a walk. And for the Central Cass Squirrels, Noah Muckow will come on here with runners at the corners. As Pearson will check out, as we'll have a courtesy runner coming on now at first base here for the Central Cass Squirrels. As Everson will come on and run here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So now it's the official 10-run rule variety here for Central Cass. The kicker is we, again, have to, in high school baseball, get through at least 4.5 bare minimum. So now Central Cass knows that is fully in play, as well as Fargo Oak Grove. If you're the Squirrels, can you add on to it? And they're able to do it. Sinai single, if you will, right down the line for Noah Muckow. Muckow's going to round first. He'll stay there. Wendell able to get the ball back in from left. But coming in to score is going to be Carter Maggio. It's now 11-0 Squirrels. Second base knock for Muckow here. Muckow gets his second run driven in as well. It's 11-0 Central Cass. This is going to be hit down the third base line. I tell you what, Josh, the Squirrels have really been pulling the ball pretty well today, and in doing so, they found a lot of base knocks.
Yeah, game number 1, we saw Oak Grove going the other way a good amount for their runs, but Central Cass, they are on top of the ball. They're yanking it and doing it with some authority.
Barstead sees this one in the dirt. It'll now be 1-1. Cam Barstead, 2 walks so far today. Stranded at first in the first and stranded at third in the second. Next contest scheduled for a 4 o'clock start today between Northern Cass and Enderlin. The 1-1, this will get by Middig behind the plate as the Squirrels will scamper up 90 extra feet. Everson will take third. Muckow will take second. Barstead will grab a 2-1 count. And for the Central Cass Squirrels right now, how much more of a crooked number can you put up again in the third? Well, for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers, trying to find a way to get 2 outs and get the bats up to the plate in the top half of the 4th and try to find the puzzle that is Jackson Parker again, where they have yet to get a hit, and they've struck out 7 times against him. Bottom of the lineup here, again for the Squirrels. The 3-1, that'll be in there for a strike at 3-2. We'll have the coverage later tonight, also on yourliveevent.com here from Central Cass. The Northeast Regional Track and Field in Hillsboro just getting underway just about a half hour ago. This one's going to be hit on the ground. Ring will come in at short. Glove it across the diamond. Not in time, and it's an infield single here for Barstead. He gets the run driven in. Everson comes in to score. It's now 12-0 Squirrels. So Barstead gets the RBI on the way here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, as it'll be Jackson Parker now 0 for 1 with a walk. That came back in the 2nd. Runners at 1st and 2nd here. This is going to be hit to center field. Dietz comes on. It'll 3-hop Dietz. Dietz trying to find the cutoff man as Ring hits the deck. Eventually gets the pitcher here in Havoc. It's a RBI single for Parker, who gets his first base knock of the game. 13-0 in favor of the Squirrels, and everybody here in the lineup for Central Cass has found a way to get on base. So I have a courtesy runner now at first base. Coming in at second will be Barstead, and Muckow again comes in to score. As we go to Logan Broughton now here in the 3rd inning. Broughton hits one on the ground. This one passed, and well, then Havoc able to block it for a moment, but it will be in there regardless here for Broughton with an infield base knock. And now everybody goes up 90 feet, and Carter Verkota comes up. Again, going back to what we were saying earlier, everyone's either got on base with a walk, single, or a hit by pitch. And Chad Slatter's going to come out and talk over with his club. We'll take a quick break as well. Bottom of the third inning, 13-0 Squirrels on your liveevent.com.
Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has brought in to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
Did you know that Bassett Motors has over 300 pre-owned vehicles to choose from and a great selection of new vehicles arriving daily? At Bassett Motors, hometown hospitality and personal service is their goal. Come and experience a relaxed buying process. They will handle everything from financing and licensing to accessorizing your new vehicle. Give them a call at 701-652-2955 or check them out online at BassettMotors.com. Bassett Motors, where our customers send their friends.
Bottom of the third inning we go. 14-0 in favor of the Central Cass Squirrels. Base is full. What's coming to the plate now is the number 2 batter in the lineup, Carter Verkota, with a single, a stolen base, and a run scored back in the second inning. Base is full. Barston at third, Peterson at second, Broughton at first, and this one is going to drop into left center field. Coming in to score is Barstead, making his way around the base pass is Peterson as the Central Cass Squirrels deliver another base knock. That's a 2 RBI single by Carter Verkota. The Central Cass now has a 15-0 advantage. So Verkota with the 2 RBI single here in the bottom of the third. As the Squirrels have already put up 6 runs across on 10 hits. They've committed 2 errors and left 5 runners on base. The 0-1 pitch from Mitchell, or to Mitchell that is, that'll have a 1-1 offering. Braden walk with a run scored in the first, a double back in the second. Able to have the 2 RBI double to make it 6-0. Reach base on an error and came in to score in the third. Here's the 1-1. Jammed him, popped up. Bjornsson calling everybody off. Comes some ground, and oh, what a snow cone. That tastes good and also feels good. Able to come through that one. Bjornsson kind of last second, Josh put his glove up in the air, then came down underneath it, and that created the snow cone for the second out.
Yeah, nice adjustment right there. Able to just still secure that ball, make the catch, and 1 out away from getting out of the inning.
So they've batted around here. This would be the 11th batter to the plate in the inning with Carter Maggio. 2 down. Maggio first pitch, swinging hits one foul. It'll be now 0-1. It's the 1 seed against the 5 seed. The 5 seed Grovers defeated the 4 seed Tornadoes earlier here in the tournament, 6-1. We'll have the 3 seed Jags in their all-black uniforms coming up next against the 7-seeded Enderlin Eagles. The winner will play 2-seeded Kindred later tonight. There's the 1-ball, 1-strike offering on the way to Carter Maggio. Maggio, a single, walk, a double. He's scored all 3 times and has a couple of runs driven in as well. An RBI back in the first inning to make it 2-0, and then had an RBI to make it 10-0 in the bottom of the third inning. Here's the 2-1. This is going to be fouled, and it'll now be 2-2. Sometimes, again, you just take a look at a team, and every now and then there might be a little bit much of an overmatch, but I tell you what, the Squirrels put good bats together today against the Grover pitchers. As we mentioned, they're not chasing. They've been looking for their particular pitch. The 2-2, this one missed now 3-2, and don't want announcers jinx it, Josh, but they haven't struck out yet today, and they've been able to draw a myriad of walks.
Yeah, the bat-to-ball skills have been out there and on display for sure, as they've been Spraying the hits mostly this inning. They've doubled their hit total from the first couple innings just in the third.
Havoc with the pitch. This one will miss in the dirt. Middig will come back and grab that one. So it's another walk as Maggio will take the free pass, and the bases are full of squirrels. So far 11 walks here for Central Cass, or hit by pitch. In terms of the free variety here, is Eli Boer earned a walk with a run scored back in the first, takes a strike. 0 for 2 so far here today. Bases full of squirrels in the bottom of the third inning. The 0-1. This is hit right back up the middle. Boer, nice inside-out swing. Coming in to score on the way here for the Central Cass Squirrels will be Logan Broughton. Also with him coming in will be Carter Vakota. As making his way to third base will be Maggio. And Eli gets the base knock here and 2 runs driven in. 17-0 Squirrels on the Bank North scoreboard, which has been kept busy here today. So Boer with the 2 RBI single. And now runners again will be at the corners with Pearson. Kale with a double back in the first, a walk. And then Everson came in and courtesy ran for him with a run scored. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This could potentially be in play, but it won't be enough there as Doctor was giving chase after that one. Now it'll be 1-1. 13th batter in the inning here for the Central Cass Squirrels. As Fargo Oak Grove, top half of the fourth, will be sending the harder lineup in 3, 4, and 5 batters of Dr. Ring and Winter. Contest got underway at 1:34, so solid 80 minutes into this game. As it'll now be 2-1. Sometimes you start going back through, and again, when you take a look at some of the former Mercy rules, sometimes in different sports, 15 or 20 after 3, but again, we got to play at least a full 4.5 to 5 sometimes once it gets to these particular games. And it's also, as much as anything else, it's about the pitching and making sure everything is about as fair as you can get. The 3-1 off frames and be, oh, what a glove there by Bjorman. Goes across, gloves it, but unable to come up with it is Doctor. So the run coming in will be Maggio. Eli Boer makes his way to third base, and Pearson gets on with an error. So it's now 18-0. Here for Central Cass as Maggio comes in on the Wild on the E5. And now it'll be Noah Macau. Central Cass this year kind of going right at on cue. Outscored Oak Grove 40-3 in the 2 regular season games. And now you add that, it's 58-3 that they've outscored so far through this 2.5 contests. As Noah Macau with 2 singles today, a couple of runs driven in and 2 runs scored as he fouls one off. That'll be 0-2. An hour from now we're scheduled for Northern Cass and Enderlin, but what we know is if this game does get past the 3:30 hour, the pitch, that'll miss outside for a ball. Now 1-2. If it does get past the 3:30 hour, it's about a half hour by the time they kind of re-rake the field. You allow infield, outfield for both teams. Coming up next with the Jags and the Eagles. The 1-2, that'll be all the way to the backstop. Runners won't go, and that'll be 2-2. Also, coming up, we'll get to our post-game show brought to you in part by the Petro Stopping Centers. Petro Stopping Centers, a feast fit for a king. Love that chicken from Popeyes or a juicy cheesesteak as well, or a mouth-watering Cinnabon for a morning delight. If you're feeling a little extra pickle-ish, head on over and get some Papa John's Pizza, or the Dolly Down Restaurant is a full restaurant offering a brunch, breakfast, supper, lunch, you name it, they got it at the Dolly Down Restaurant. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. The Squirrels have put 9 runs up here in the inning. The 2-2, I'll be out of the zone now at 3-2. For Central Cass, some of their fans might be saying like to keep some of these runs for later on in the tournament, as this one is fisted by Noah Macau, as that was right on top of the press box. We'll keep it at 3-2. There's the 3-2 pitch from Hagvig. This will be fouled off again. So foul ball, and we'll keep it at 3-2 as getting a little warmer, Josh, throughout this particular afternoon hour in this contest here today.
Yeah, if I was on the field, I would need an extra layer of sunscreen or two, but it's crept over the 80-degree mark as we see another walk here.
Another free pass. Now both Winter and Havoc have walked 6 men, both 12 combined. Muckow stands at first, Pearson at second, Boer stands at first, and now it'll be Cam Barstead to the plate here for Central Cass. Central Cass have the bases loaded yet again as Havoc looks in. Pitch foul tipped off the glove of Mittig. Machai again stands in right field. That'll be a strike. Still here in the third inning, as this one is fouled, now at 0-2. Central Cass with Jackson Parker, that's batter number 9 in the lineup. If Cam's able to get aboard, they will go through the lineup in its entirety 4 times in the first 3 innings. And the 0-2, strike 3 looking, and that'll retire the Squirrels here in the bottom of the third. But they put 9 runs across on our Bank North scoreboard. We head to the 4th here on your liveevent.com.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
Meet Blake, the messiest 4-year-old on the planet. He's no ordinary durability tester. Meet SmartStrand, no ordinary carpet. With all pet protection, it's the softest, most durable, easiest to clean carpet on the planet. When Blake's barn got a comfy makeover, SmartStrand came clean, even went up against a 2-ton rhino. Made to withstand all walks of life. Ask for SmartStrand, rhino tested, rhino approved.
Available at Carpet World, carpetworldfargo.com.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Top of the 4th inning, Chase Miller, Josh Boyko with you here from Castleton in the Region 1 baseball tournament. The Squirrels 9 runs, 6 hits. There were a pair of errors and 3 runners left on base in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Well, Parker comes on for his 4th inning of work, delivers a strike 1 and strike number 2 to Grayson Doctor. Doctor reached base on an error his last time up by Mitchell at short. Grover's trying to get someone on the bases. Doctor. This one will be fouled back at 0-2. They have yet to have a hit today against Jackson Parker as well. 3 innings of work for Jackson, 7 strikeouts. The 0-2 pitch, and he had a 5-pitch 3rd inning as the clouds make its way over the sun here. The 0-2 as our center field camera will adjust to the darkened sky a little bit as well. So be now 1-2. Sometimes you see that kind of cloud. You wonder where's the rain shower coming from immediately afterwards. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. This one with the strikeout. Doctor is recording there. There's 8 strikeouts here for Parker. Ring 0 for 1 today with a strikeout looking back in the 1st inning. So Jake 0 for 1 here today. 1 down in the top of the 4th inning. So with this score, what still is going to happen, at least bare minimum, is the Grovers are down to their final 5 outs when you start talking about the 5-inning, 10-run rule. Unless they can get it to single digits. Here's the 0-1. That'll miss outside 1-1, so the Squirrels will come up in the bottom half of the 4th inning. And then from there, trying to minimize anything by the Grovers and make their way to the semifinals tomorrow morning. The 1-1 swung on and missed, now 1-2. Well, with this result, Fargo Oak Grove would be back here in Castleton tomorrow for a loser out game at 4 o'clock, and then if they were to win that, it would be another loser out game at 6:30. Here's the 1-2. This will be out of the zone now, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on the way. Ring, the senior shortstop, sees the 2-2 from Jackson. Swung on and off the glove of Pearson. Pearson does apply the tag for the punch out. And there's 9 recorded here for Parker. It is coming up to the plate now. Here will be Hagvig. Winter went 0 for 1 before he was relieved on the bump. So Hagvig will come up now. As Parker also start looking at that pitch count here. And if you can just go 5 innings, yeah, you're not going to be able to pitch, looking at it on Saturday, Josh, but then you can have him possibly come on in Monday or even Tuesday if it gets to that point here for Coach Maggio. 1-0 in there for a strike.
Central Cass still plans on being around at that point for sure, so it's definitely going to be good to have another bullet in the chamber.
The 1-1, that'll miss low at 2-1. The semifinal loser tomorrow will have to wait around. You play at 11, then you won't play again until 6:30. And then that will be a loser out game for whoever loses the semis tomorrow morning. The 2-1 offering swung on. That one kind of running in a little bit there to Hagvig. Now it's 2-2. Parker with the 2-2 pitch on the way has struck out 2 so far in the inning, looking to punch out the side. The 2-2. That'll miss. Now 3-2. 9 strikeouts so far through 3 2/3 innings of work for Jackson. 18-0 Squirrels here on the Bank North scoreboard. The payoff pitch. That'll run in, and that's going to be the first base runner. That's not an error here today for Oak Grove. 5 batters came to plate thanks in part to 2 errors in the first. It was a 3-up, 3-down second and the third, and the second was a strikeout the side. And for Oak Grove, they have their first base runner since the top of the first inning as Foster Lord 0 for 1 with a strikeout. This one will be up in the zone. Lord now 0 for 1 here in this game. So far today, a couple of singles with a run scored and a run driven in back in their 6-1 win over Oaks. The 0-1 pitch, that'll miss out of the zone now at 1-1. As Northern Cass and Enderlin await the conclusion of this contest. That game coming up next here on YourLiveEvent.com from Castleton. This one's smothered in the dirt by Pearson. Be 2-1. Josh Boyko will have the call for you on game number 3 of 4 here today. And the winner makes their way to play the Vikings, the 2 seed, later at a roughly 6:30 for an opening pitch. Here's the 2-1. That'll be in there for a strike at 2-2. Game that got underway an hour and a half ago here today in Castleton. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Jackson. Got him looking to strike out the side. No runs, no hits, an error, and 1 runner left on base. We played 3.5 complete on our Bank North scoreboard. Parker has struck out 10 here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Central Cass Schools' mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
Here at Dakota Heritage Bank in Red Lake Falls, we pride ourselves on serving you with experienced, friendly bankers who make all decisions locally. Our bankers are available to help you with any of your financial needs. We offer a variety of deposit products from checking accounts to IRAs. Our quick local decisions allow you to borrow money and make your purchases today. Stop in or call one of our local friendly bankers today at 218-253-2265. Member FDIC.
Emery Visto's Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts. Make sure you check out their garden center with all new grills, smokers, and griddles. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their Ariat and Cinch clothing section, along with Ariat and Twisted X footwear. At Emery Visto's Implement, anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or call 701-742-2167.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Well, we have nearly a wholesale substitution of changes coming here for Oak Grove in the infield and outfield with a new pitcher as well. Machaya will come from right and go up against Jackson Parker so far today with a walk and a single. It will be 1-0 on the way to the number 9 batter in the Central Cast lineup. The 1-0 pitch. That'll miss for a ball now 2-0. Kramer in right field, Dietz in center, and Nichols is in left. Havik goes from the hill to third base. Ring is at short. Bjorn, this will go from third to second, and McAloney is now at first. As we'll have this one in there for a strike at 2-1. Here's the offering on the way to Parker. As Machaya looks in, that'll be out of the zone. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike. So Dave Clunt trying to make sure they get the scoreboard here correct with the 3-1 offering, as it says 3-0 in Castleton, just to make sure in case there's another strike across. Won't matter regardless. This one hit to ring. The shortstop goes across the diamond for the first out of the inning. And going back through the lineup here, that'll be the first time that a Central Cast batter has been retired to lead things off. So 6-3, so Logan Broughton will come on here, and we'll have Bergad Brady will come on here for Logan Broughton. So Broughton hit by pitch 3 times, wasn't going to go for the golden sombrero. If he was hit by 3 times. I know you say that when you strike out, 4 times, Josh, and I don't think this is not so much that Destin doesn't want Logan to hit. It's just the score where it is. You're going to get some new guys in and play some different positions, as we saw from Coach Chad Slider just moments ago, kind of making some wholesale substitutions defensively.
I can't lie, I was kind of looking forward to that at bat.
Seeing if that could potentially happen. You don't see it too often when you're able to go through the lineup, as this is the 4th, as the lineup comes completely through yet again through the 5th time now through this particular lineup. So the pitch by Machaya looking in here. This one swung on and missed. And therefore a strike. Brody the senior getting a chance here. Burgard. And that'll be 0-1. Here's the 0-1 offering. That'll miss out of the zone at 1-1. Region 2 baseball tournament. The Region 1 and 2 softball tournaments and Region 3 baseball. You can check out the coverage on yourliveevent.com. Start adding them up. It doesn't take too long to have 10 to 15 games in a particular day of broadcast. Just tomorrow between Region 1, we'll have 8 alone there. Region 2, we'll have 4 in Mayville, and then we're going to have 2 for Region 2 softball upcoming tomorrow as well. So just a busy day for a Saturday. Fingers crossed again that we're able to get through everything when it comes to the weather. And trying to find where maybe some more rain showers potentially might hit later tonight. So it'll be the senior here with Brody. The 2-2 pitch upcoming here from Machaya. This is fisted. Doctor make that McAloney at first base. Won't matter anyway as it goes over the Central Cast dugout, and that'll be another strike. So Squirrels with one down here, bottom of the fourth inning. With this result, looking to advance to tomorrow's semifinal in a spot that Central Cass was finding a way to get there a season ago, defeating Fargo Oak Grove 6-2 in the semifinal last year. As Central Cass, the number 3 seed, defeated the Enderlin Eagles 17-7 in the opening round game. They came back and defeated Northern Cass 3-2 in the quarters. Eventually made their way as this one is going to be hit, popped up, and another foul ball. Then from there, Central Cass, as we alluded to, defeated Fargo Oak Grove at 6-2 and then took the championship 5-1. So Central Cass played 5 games in the tournament, never lost once last season. Eventually made their way to Minot, able to defeat North Star in a great pitcher's duel up at Corbett Field in the quarterfinals before falling to Thompson in a quality semifinal match. As this one's going to be hit on the ground, as this one will be gloved and tied 4-3 on the putout, as it's going to be out number 2 of the inning. As Bjornson was able to get there for the out, and there's 2 down. Coming on here now for the Central Cass Squirrels, you have Owen Cates, another senior here, and someone who can also pitch for Central Cass and Coach Maggio. That's the one thing with this senior class and the guys that Coach Maggio has. It doesn't matter if it's starters or relievers or people who can get up innings. They got enough pitchers where they feel comfortable throwing a very deep lineup. Talking with Dustin about this on our YourLiveEvent.com coaches show back in April, he said this might be one of the deepest pitching staffs that they've had over the last couple of years, and that's kind of saying something because they've had some pretty good pitchers that have made their way through, and we've seen just one of them without seeing a Maggio or a Mitchell, Josh, with what obviously Jackson's been able to do today, and you kind of see the reason why.
Yeah, I mean, if this is a 3-starter for Central Cass, whether he is or not, if it's not first option, it's still incredible pitching. And it's led to still zeros on the scoreboard, and it's nice to have someone that you can be confident in these games where it might not be your Class A opponent that you're going against.
As Machaya right now gets ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes, with the elementary school playing in the background on the hard top. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That'll miss, now 2-2. Some schools are already graduated coming up this weekend. Some are officially on summer break after today. Others give them another week or so. Kind of that state track and field weekend is kind of that weekend of summer with Memorial Day, as this one is hit down the left field line, and that'll be a fair ball as Cates will get a single on the way, and he gets aboard for Central Cass. As now you'll have a new batter in as well. Grayson Lewis, a sophomore, will be coming on here for Braden Mitchell. So Lewis will come on now with a opportunity to kind of do what Cates did just moments ago, and that's try to earn a pinch knock. And Lewis will take a strike. It's now 0-1 for Fargo Oak Grove. In the bottom half of the lineup, they have Dietz 7, 8, and 9 due up, and with some of the defensive substitutions, we'll have to double check where the lineup goes from that as well. But again, the 7, 8, and 9 batters, the 0-1 in the dirt, that'll miss for a ball. Now it's 1-1. Coming up, we'll get to our Arctic Enterprises feature precision play of the game in our post-game show, brought to you in part by Petro Stopping Center. We'll hear from a victorious player. That and more still to come later today here on your live event. Chase Miller, Josh Boyko with you here. The 1-1 nearly came in, and it'll be a strike on Lewis. Now it's 1-2. McAloney holding the runner on at first. That runner in Cates. Lewis behind the count, 1-2. 1-2 pitch swung on, and that's the first strikeout for Oak Grove pitcher here today. 12 walks to 1 strikeout. Top of the 5th we go. Squirrels lead it by 18.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
As we enter the top of the 5th inning here on yourliveevent.com. As we go to the 7, 8, and 9 batters due up here as Dietz swung on and missed. It's now 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike on the way. Dietz, the junior center fielder here. This one will miss the zone. It's now 1-1. Well, Jackson Parker looking for the complete game in 5 innings and trying to keep that elusive no runs as well on that scoreboard, as this is going to be fouled up the third baseline. Parker so far through 4 innings of work, 10 strikeouts, a walk, 4 innings here. 3 batters have reached, 2 via the air and 1 via the walk here today for the Grovers. The 1-2 pitch. This one swung and missed, and Jackson gets another strikeout, now up to 11. 1 down here in the 5th inning, as for Fargo Oak Grove, we'll see the batter coming up next here for the Grovers, as that'll be Bennett Nichols, the sophomore. So coming on here will be the sophomore again with Nicholas, as he fouls this one off, as he'll be in Carter's spot. It's 1 down here in the top of the 5th. As coming up on our post-game show, we'll hear from a victorious player. This will be now 0-1. We'll get to our Petro Stopping Center's post-game show upcoming. Petro Stopping Center's just off 45th Street and I-94 in Fargo. So it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes on the way. Jackson looks in the 1-2. This one is fouled back to the netting, and we'll keep it at 1-2 again. Still pretty close on schedule for the 4 o'clock game next between Enderlin and Northern Cass. If we can get 2 more outs here, now make it 1 more out as Parker gets some chasing on a off-speed pitch, and there's 2 down. All things considered, being about 20 to 25 minutes behind schedule to start, just for them to kind of rake the field, make sure they got the diamond dust and getting everything off from the weather that came through last night into this morning. So we are about as close to being on schedule as you can have after being a little behind the 8 ball, if you will, earlier today. Now, no balls and 1 strike on the way here for the Grovers. Bjornsson sees this one, a little check swing at 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes on the way here. The 0-2 pitch upcoming. That'll be strike 3 to retire the side, and Jackson finishes with 13 strikeouts in a contest that goes 1 hour and alongside of 46 minutes here today in Castleton. Jackson Parker, 5 innings of work, a no-hitter, 1 walk, 13 strikeouts here with the win for the Central Cass Squirrels. They will be making their way to the semifinals tomorrow officially now. That'll be at 11 o'clock, while for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers, they will be playing at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. If they win, they will play at 6:30 in another loser-out game. Central Cass with a win tomorrow morning. They're in the championship with a loss. They go to a loser-out game then. That'll be upcoming at 6:30. Our post-game show brought to you in part by the Petro Stopping Centers. That's up next.
Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Plus, Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting and paint mixing section for your own do-it-yourself projects. From their grill selection with Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to their customer laser engraving center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
It's the North Gathering on your live event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 3rd and 4th.
Closey with the 0-2 pitch.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 10th and 11th.
Right corner, West is there for the dig. Backs at Boganry for another kill.
Plus, the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 15th and 16th.
Really nice quality second half. Goes off the backboard for the duck to Carson Yale.
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back. With an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill, you'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Join us now, part of our Petro Stopping Center's post-game show. He is the starting pitcher here, getting the no-hitter in 5 innings of work, 13 strikeouts, 1 walk, no hits against. That is Jackson Parker here. Jackson, congratulations on the win first and foremost. Had to kind of sit around a little bit, maybe work some diamond dust on the field this morning, help out Coach Maggio and the crew, but what does it mean to get back to the semifinals here this season in Region 1 baseball?
It means awesome, just it, being my senior year and everything. It's just awesome, being able to get another chance to keep going on and go to the state tournament hopefully in a couple of weeks.
Let's talk about your center fielder, Carter Vercote. I wrote it down here as there was one that was hit right back up the middle there by Elliott. Didn't waste much time, but he was able to get a sliding catch there, got the grass stains. What's it like playing with the outfield of Vercote, Barstead, Broughton and company where they can cover some distance when you're on the mound?
No, it makes it just so much easier to go out there and just throw strikes and trust that if it goes in the outfield, they're going to track it down and make the play. And, they're all so good at it. So.
What did you see from your lineup early on to get 4 runs across? Obviously, that's always nice as a pitcher to kind of work ahead. But what did you see from your team top to bottom, drawing over 12-plus walks? Didn't really chase today. What did you like most about the offensive side?
Just hitting the ball, which was awesome. And then Logan Broughton, our leadoff hitter, taking 3 hit-by pitches right away to start the game. I'm like, wow. They really just don't want him to hit, I guess. But, no, yeah, it's awesome when they put up, 12 hits. So makes it so much easier again to pitch and just throw strikes.
Jackson, for you, what have you enjoyed most about this team? Obviously, there was a lot of expectations coming on the year, talking with Coach Maggio about there's a number of guys who can pitch at any time, a number of guys who can hit and run. But what have you liked most about this year's squad to get to where you are this season?
We all just respect each other. We all have faith in each other, and we have trust that everyone's going to go out there and play the best of their abilities. And hopefully win the game, you know.
Final thing for you, Jackson. What's the next 20 hours going to be like? You're going to have to wait and see around here for a little while to watch some good baseball. Obviously, feels it like summer out there, but what's the next 20 hours like you for a player?
I'm going to drink a lot of water tonight, hopefully get some good sleep, and just come back to the field tomorrow and get ready to play some baseball.
Should be a lot of fun little Saturday morning baseball here for Jackson Parker. Jackson, congratulations on the win and best of luck moving forward.
Appreciate it.
We'll continue on our Petro Stopping Center postgame show after this.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. This spring has been a trying time, and we may feel everything is out of our control. Please remember to slow down and stay safe this spring. Come home to your families each and every night. Please use this time to make sure your planter is ready to go. Keep downtime to a minimum. When you get into the fields, we are here to help you with any planting issues that may come up. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
As we continue on our Petro Stopping Center post-game show, let's get to our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the contest. RDK Enterprises in Hillsboro wishes you a safe spring planting season, and once you wrap up for some of those, or maybe you're still getting some field work done, go to planterdoc.com for precision planting. If you want any questions there in Hillsboro, RDK Enterprises in Hillsboro, thanks you for your business. That play of the game again coming via Carter Vercoda to finish off the third inning via the diving play in center field, able to come out there and do a nice job, able to read it off the bat of Elliott there from Fargo Oak Grove to record the out. That is our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the contest. For Fargo Oak Grove, no runs, no hits, 3 errors, and 3 runners left on base. For the Central Cass Squirrels, 18 runs across, 12 hits, 2 errors, and 10 runners left on base. Winter picks up the loss. Well, we just talked to the man who picked up the win in Jackson Parker. 1 through 9 for Central Cass. All the starters able to get on base in some capacity. Here today, the Squirrels have 4 runs in the first, 5 runs in the second, and 9 runs in the third inning. So for Central Cass, now they will wait the next 2 games to find out who will officially be there tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock in the semifinals. Coming up next at roughly 4 o'clock, we'll be pretty close to the opening first pitch between the 3-seeded Jags and the 7-seeded Enderlin Eagles. Josh Blake will have the call for you next. That'll be at 4, and then the nightcap, the winner of that game will be going up against the 2-seed in the Kindred Vikings. That'll be later tonight at 6:30. So the Grovers pick up the loss. As they do, they will be playing tomorrow at 4 in a loser-out game. If they win that, they will go to a loser-out game number 2 at 6:30. For the Central Cass Squirrels, they win tomorrow morning. They're in the championship on Monday. If they lose tomorrow, then they have to sit around and wait till 6:30 to play in a loser-out game. Again, 1 through 9, everything went fine here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Well, for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers, got behind early and just couldn't put any runs across, and they got 2 runs across. They had 2 runners on the first thanks to 2 errors, and then striking out this side was Parker. Again, he finished with 13 strikeouts. Winter, 1 inning of work, 4 hits, 7 runs, 6 were earned, 6 walks. Havoc, 2 innings of work, 7 hits, 10 runs, 6 walks, and then Machaya came on, gave up 1 hit, 1 strikeout, no walks here for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. So for Central Cass, they pick up the win. For Fargo Oak Grove, they come up a bit short. We'll take 1 break, and we'll put a bow on this one next here on our Petro Stopping Center's postgame show.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Your local Castleton agents, Scott Kramer and Tyler Wasleen, wish the Squirrels the best of luck this postseason.
Red River Valley Speedway, what a great place place to let your heart race. Excitement second to none. Every Friday night you're gonna feel alright. Your destination for family fun.
Get ready for racing this Friday night at 7 at the Red River Valley Speedway. Family fun for everyone. Sponsored by Performance Auto, Valley Green and Associates, and Vizzy. For details, log on to redrivervalleyspeedway.com.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
That does it for our Petro Stopping Center's post-game show. Petro Stopping Center, your one-stop travel hub for all of your road trip needs, just off 45th Street and I-94 in Fargo. A reminder, we will have coverage of the Region 1 softball tournament tomorrow in Hankinson starting at 10 o'clock in the morning, as that will be the Hankinson Co-op Pirates. Hillsboro Central Valley Co-op. They will be going up against the Enderlin Eagles in that 4-5 matchup. The Hankinson Co-op with the Pirates there will be the 3 seed at noon, going up against the 6-seeded Northern Cass Jaguars, who were able to defeat Maple River earlier in the tournament. The 1 seed is Central Cass in softball, and Kindred Richland. They are the 2 seed. Central Cass scheduled to play tomorrow in softball around 2 with the Vikings around 4 o'clock. And then we'll have coverage as well of the Region 2 baseball tournament tomorrow in Mayville starting at 10:30 with Hillsboro Central Valley and Larimore. 2 down here today in Castleton. Oak Grove wins game 1 6-1 over Oaks. Grayson Doctor went in that game 2 for 3 with a homer, 4 runs driven in, 14 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 2 hits against. But in game number 2 here today was all squirrels, thanks in part to a really good pitching performance by Jackson Parker. 5 innings of work of no-hit baseball, 13 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Squirrels win it in game 2, 18-0. Coming up at about 4 o'clock again, Northern Cass and Enderlin Winter will play Kindred then at 6:30. On behalf of Josh Boyko, I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much for tuning in here on YourLiveEvent.com.